Hello, 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 hello. How are you? This is Els Kimmy from Venus Crafty Corner, and I have a new project for us today. It is this one, and this is for use on a book cover, hence the black background here. So you can take a look, see what we've got, and I'm going to show you how to do this. A while back, we did some paper piercing, where we pierced some patterns into things so that we could have color coming from the back or light coming from the back. We're going to use the same basic principle here, only we're going to be using a couple of additional techniques to make this happen, okay? So, I'm going to get out some supplies, and I'll be right back. Okay, so there's a big supply list for this one. Now, we're using this piece of mat board, but we would be presuming that you would be using this on a book cover that's already covered, whether it's covered in paper, fabric, or however you're going to cover it. But because I wanted to make sure that there was a good contrast here and you could follow along, I'm just using the black, okay? Let's see. You're going to want something to poke into, something to poke with, some graph paper, a needle, some kind of needle thread, or if you can't find a needle thread, or get a piece of waxed thread or dental floss that you can put through the needle and draw the thread back through, a pair of scissors, a colored marker, and some string. Now this is friendship bracelet cord. It's variegated, and this is lace yarn from the Daiso, and it's both of these are pretty nice thickness, variegated colors, okay? So let's see if there's a size on this. I don't see a size, but it is pretty much the same as the friendship cord, okay? So the next thing we're going to do, first thing we're going to do, is we're going to move some stuff real quick, because we're going to talk about the pattern, and then we'll get into the, the mechanics of how this works. So I'm going to clear some stuff over to the side here and just open this up so we can see. I'm going to zoom in a little bit better, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have cut a piece of 4x4, so that's a 1/4 of an inch grid. So every 4 squares by 4 squares is an inch. I'm going to go ahead and put a paper clip on here to hold it, and then I'm going to use a colored marker to kind of lay out a plan here. I want to go here, go to there, to there, and to there, and to there, and then there, and there, and there, and there. I like it. So, let me show you what I've got here. So I just have a series of dots, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this whole thing onto my push pad here. This is just like 4 sheets of craft foam folded together and stacked up. And I'm going to push through those, creating my pattern onto my book cover. Remember, this is a book cover. We're pretending. Okay. Once we have that, we're going to go ahead and take the graph paper off. And we have our pattern there. You can see there's a pattern. The other side has the disruptions. Let me show you. See how those stick out? Well, we're going to get rid of those by just using a piece of, you can use an emery board or a piece of sandpaper, whatever you want to use, and you're just going to buff these flat. Okay. And I'm just going to use a little bit of a paper towel here. I'm going to get those as flat as I can. And once I have it all flat, then we're going to move on to the next part. I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got my variegated thread. I am going to get myself way more than I know I need. Okay? I have a needle threader here, which, if you want to save yourself some money, these are also dental flossers. Okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this through the hole in my needle. Put my thread through the loop and pull my thread through. Okay? Now I intend on using a single strand of thread here. So I'm just going to fold over a little bit at the top and leave the rest single. Okay? Pick a starting point. I'm going to start in the middle here. So I'm going to come up, and I'm going to give myself, a bit of thread here at the back and just hold it off to the side. And the intention here is to go in and out of each hole, making sure that you keep a thread line at the top. Okay? So I've gone down. I can't have a thread line at the top, so I'm going to skip this hole. Come back over here. And then I'm going to come back up through one of these and go back down through there. And then I'm going to come up here. And the order that you do this in does not matter. The idea is just to go up and down through all the holes so that you have that thread showing on each one. So we'll come up over here. I'm going to go down over there. And come up through this one. Oh, I've made a mess. Go. We're going to go to that one. And then I'm going to come up through this one and go back down through that one. And then I'm going to come up through this one and go back down. So you can see what I'm doing is I'm going up and down depending upon where I need my stitching to be. Okay? So I'm going to finish doing that, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to take a look at what we do next. Okay? I'll be right back. Alright, so I have completed my little bow pattern on the front, and now I'm on the back, and all I'm going to do is just kind of feed this through as many of these as I can. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut this. I'm going to trim off any extreme excess from that one. And then we're imagining that this is covered with paper. That's my little bow that's on my book cover. Okay? And I can do this in any color that I want. I can do it in variegated straight colors, however I want to do it. Maybe I want to do 2 or 3 of these. I can use the same pattern again and again and again. I can use a larger pattern. It just depends on what I'm looking for. For this one, we did it very simple. This pattern, I'm going to link in the description below to my Google Drive, and I'll have this pattern in there for you. So once I have this, now I have to do this. So we're going to imagine that this is my book cover and this is the inside. Here's my spine, and I'll be back to show you what we're going to do. Okay, so now this has added some depth to my cover, and if I just put piece of paper over this, it's going to rub. So what I want to do is I'm going to create kind of a shield for it, build it up a little bit. And so I'm going to take a piece of cardstock, cut it. There we go. And then I'm going to glue this down. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut the piece that would normally go on as my bookend, which for this particular piece is going to be, let's see, helps if you turn the numbers over so you can actually read them. So this is 6 by 4.5, so I'm going to do 5 3/4 by 4 1/4. Okay, so 4 1/4. You said 5 3/4. Right. Let me check. Ooh. Yep, 5 3/4. Cut that off. And this is my end paper now, so I can go ahead and glue this down. You may want to use a little bit heavier of a glue over your stitch area. It's entirely up to you. I'm going to go ahead and line this up just like I would my end paper. We're going to go ahead and give that a nice press. That's it. That's my piece. So I have my little stitched book cover piece and then my beautiful end paper, and you can't see where I stitched. Fabulous, huh? All right, so that's it. That's all I got for you today. I'm going to be putting some links in the description on this one, and some measurements and things like that. So make sure that you check down there, okay? And same thing on this one, you know, I would just put in a piece of cardstock on one side and then paper over to cover it, okay? Let's see. If you want to know more about my digital life, go ahead and check out the community tab here on the YouTube channel. Otherwise, head on over to my Facebook group, link in the description box below. Give me a thumb one way or the other. I don't care. Either way, it's interaction. And I will see you in the next one. Until then, stay safe, my friends. Bye-bye.